Hey everybody, it is 5:47, week number 1. Week 1. Welcome. Good to have you here. Hopefully you already watched the Meet Your Instructor video. If not, be sure and head, I don't know which way, if it's mirrored or not, head over to the sidebar, click on Meet Your Instructor, look at that, make sure you've reviewed the syllabus and the textbooks. Let's jump into week 1, shall we? You have some readings. We're going to talk about brain geography this week. From the SUSE text, make sure you are on the current edition. The current edition is the 5th edition. You're going to read the introduction, parts of chapter 1. There's also 3 articles for you. How sleep makes our memories more accessible, looking at homework, sleep, and the student brain, and then decoding the teenage brain. There's also 3 videos, links to watch those. If you watch and read those and you're thinking, oh my goodness, yes, this is amazing, there is a book. It's obviously a book made of paper, but also a great audiobook called Why We Sleep by, I believe it's Matthew Walker. Hang on, let me pull up Audible. Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker, narrated by Steve West. It's like a 10-hour audiobook about why we sleep, and I have learned so much of all the things, particularly over the last 2 years, that have made me feel healthier. I think paying attention to how much sleep I'm getting, mostly from this book, has made the biggest impact. So take a look at those. Spoiler alert, if you're not getting at least 7 hours, I know I'm saying this, and you likely are a full-time educator, and you're getting your master's, yes. And less than 7 hours leads to pretty detrimental impacts on our bodies, on our brains, on our memories, pretty significantly. And for every kind of 15 minutes that you go from below 7 hours, it's more and more impactful. It's worth reading and listening to. If you love this or you're curious about this, bookmark or just buy that book, Why We Sleep. It's fascinating. You have an e-lesson also this week. That stands for electronic. I was talking with my kids, and we have iMacs. What was it? We ended up, they're having Flintstone vitamins, and so we found a Flintstone vitamin commercial. Do you remember that? 10 million strong. Sing it with me. And growing. Do you remember this? I remember this. If you're vaguely my age, you remember this. If not, hop on the YouTubes, as my mom calls them, type in Flintstone vitamins commercial. I think it might have been even early 90s, although it feels like a list of the mid 80s. Not the point. The point is, right after that, there was, I think it was like a collection of 80s or 90s commercials. Right after that was an iMac video, and it was the bubble one with those beautiful colors. It was rotating. Jeff Goldblum from 1990 was let me think about something and whatever. I'm very Jeff Goldblum with a white background in the iMac. And that I stands initially for internet, because that Mac came with an internet card where you could plug directly in. It was ready to go. You didn't have to buy an external card. Do you remember this? Some of you are like, yes, I do. Others are like, whoa. Computers used to not have the internet? Yes, they did. And that's why it was called the iMac, because it had internet in it. But now it's everything. The iPhone is also an internet phone. So it still works. So you have the e-lesson for electronic. You have 2 discussion board posts. Each prompt 1 and prompt 2 should have a citation, as well as submitted by Thursday. Each of those should also have 2 thoughtful replies about a paragraph due Sunday. That first post you have is, we're calling it the meet and greet. Your name, your current role, your grade level, your experience in education, your interests, and then there's a simile. The brain is like a blank because blank. Please use the first thing that comes to your mind, and then please add a photo of yourself. You can link to a video or a GIF of yourself if you prefer, but it's so beneficial when we are not meeting in person or even synchronously to put a face to a name. So strongly encourage you to do that. You're not going to lose points if you don't, but please do that. You can reply to everybody if you want. Make sure at least 2 of those posts are thoughtful, paragraph length posts. Your second prompt is sharing one resource that you think educators need to know about. If you're on the Twitters, as my mom calls it, she likes to add an S to stuff. This is something you can also tweet out, share a resource, and then you're going to share in the post how it might enhance or improve current teaching and learning. Be sure and cite your source. Again, discussion board prompt 2 is due Thursday. Follow up to 2 classmates is due Sunday. Take a look at those discussion board rubrics, and that is it. You have the Christian message at the end, Psalm 121, and that's all for week 1. Just the 2 prompts. And getting up to speed on all the things. If you have questions, please reach out, and happy week 1, everybody.